holy crap, stop everything, cancel the original plan for the video, let's re-edit this because, holy jeez, we have some important information to show you. Wowzers. Let's collect some clan boss chests and test out this sweet team. What's up, guys? MtgJedi here. Let's jump right in with some clan boss chests. Well, you know how we do on the main account. All 3 bosses every day, or most days. But at least Ultra Nightmare and Nightmare. Keep pursuing that if you have not mastered the 1 key or 2 key on Ultra Nightmare. There we go, Sacred Shard for the video. Back to back? Okay, no, but that would be ridiculous. Okay, so I'm going to jump right in here and talk about the Myth Heir team, but with a different twist. So today we're talking about the Myth Airforce, and I just love that name. I think that using a Force champion as your main DPS can be challenging because there are not that many good options. However, I've been really wanting to test out Muranics in this spot, and I think that she could be ridiculous, okay? Whoa, hold up there, Jedi. Let's change this thing around because we need to talk about a completely different champion. I'm going to throw in the Muranics footage here at the end of the video. You will hear me throughout here talking about doing that and how amazing this new champion is. I don't know how to say her name. I think I decided Siren as her nickname. So let's jump into that information. And if you want to see all of the Muranics stuff, hang around till the end of the video. But Siren is going to be way more impressive, so let's jump into that after the breakdown of the team, and that will be a team breakdown talking about it through the lens of Muranics in the team, but then we're going to replace her with Siren right off the bat, okay? Now, I would love to tell you that if you have your Fushan, you should build Myth Fu instead. Then you can use any damage dealer because Fushan is Force. The reason why you want a Force DPS in this team, which a lot of people don't know, is because on Spirit Affinity, Eris will get targeted. And depending on how Muranics does, I might try out some other champions in this spot here, okay? I know that there's a couple other ones on my list. Recently, I just updated the guide for Myth Heir on my website, so I will link that in a pinned comment below. So if you want to check out a written breakdown or you want to see the speed ranges, all of that stuff will be on my website. I'm not going to go through all of that. This is primarily to test Muranics in here. I have not run this yet, so I don't know how much damage she's going to do. Okay, now we do need to set up the AI priorities, so let me plug those in and then I'll go over them with you. Now, we do have Deacon to do the decreased defense as well in this team, so it's possible that Muranics is just too much of an overlap and she's not going to do enough damage. But I do have Eris in a toxic set to help us out, and I have everybody in a damage build. I've been really wanting to build this team so I can test different champions in this spot here, so I'm excited to do that with you guys today. You can see Deacon, we got some attack, we got crit rate and crit damage on him. His accuracy is actually a little bit low, but it's not really important that he lands decreased defense because Muranics will as well. Demitha at 283, and it's just, we have a little bit of crit rate on her and stuff, but like she doesn't do any damage. Muranics at 256, which is very, very fast for DPS. It's one of the things that makes this build hard if you're going 3-to-1. The 2-to-1 version, which I also have on the website, the DPS is much, much slower, like 170 speed or something like that. So if you can't make these speeds, I have another version on the website on the same page so that it's much easier for you. Eris 261, a little bit of crit stats, but she is in Toxic, most importantly. And the Seeker is going to be 181 and some crit stats on him. You'll notice a healthy amount of attack on him, which I was pretty proud of getting that with these numbers. It's not ridiculous, but it is pretty good. And I'll show you all of the actual gear on them at the end of the video, so make sure you stick back around. There was the AI priorities as well for each of those champions that you can see. So just pause the video if you need to look at the AI priorities. But all of that is going to be on the website as well in written form. Okay, so let's jump into the run and see how much damage we're going to do here. All right, now, if I encounter any issues here, I'll have to pause and, like, fix the team. But, you know, it's me. I'm optimistic. I don't think I'm ever going to have to fix the team. What we want to pay attention to at the beginning of the fight is who's taking the stun. Literally anyone but your Eris can take the stun. Anybody else, because Eris is going to cleanse it. Okay, the stun's going to Deacon because it is currently still void. That is perfectly fine. It looks like Deacon skipped his turn there. So we might be out of sync here. Yes, I think we're probably off by a minor amount of speed or some little issue. So I think what I'm going to do is pause. I wanted to leave this in here because the speeds in this team are very, very precise. If you're taking damage here on turn 5, something is out of sync. So what you want to do is just double check that the block damage goes up as the last thing before the clan boss takes a turn. It did not do that, so we know that something is out of sync here. So what I'm going to do is just wait and see if we put up block damage here. We do not. So I'm going to pause, and then I'm going to, I don't think you can see this on the screen, but I'm going to force close the game so that I don't lose my key. You should never lose your key when you're testing a clan boss team if you're careful. So I encourage you, either get help from me.
Help. What? Get help? No. Come on, you love it. I hate it. It's great. It works every time. It's humiliating. Do you have a better plan? No. We're doing it. We are not doing get help.
Get help! Please! My brother's dying! Get help! Help him!
Help from me or somebody else if your clan boss team is not working, or plug it into Deadwood Jedi's calculator and figure out the true speeds and what is happening so that you can fix it. I'm going to go do that, and then we're going to come back and look at the run. So, typical newbie mistake here, which I'm just going to be fully transparent with you guys. This is a huge no-no, okay? I used Demitha in Hydra for a while, back when I was still progressing through Hydra, and I had this increased turn meter mastery on her, which is an absolute no-no. This is like the #1 rule. So anyway, I obviously did not double check her masteries. Also, you can't have Cycle of Magic either. Can't have either one of those. And on Demitha, you should avoid lasting gifts as well, because that can mess with some comps also. I'm going to go change the masteries, and then we should be good to go. Alright, so that's what the mastery should look like. You want to come down the left side here and just take things that aren't going to harm you. It is really helpful to have Steadfast on her. Sometimes, depending on your team, it's not required, but that's the masteries what they should be. I'm going to go test that and make sure that's the only problem. Also, the Moth is dead now, so one less pest, and then the masteries are fixed, so that's one less pest there as well. Let's get this going. Alright, so we have this epic champion, Suiren? I would just say Siren, maybe. I don't even know how to say this name. But look at this kit! She has a poison on her A1. She has a weaken on her A2. And then I don't know if we need her A3, because that's just decreased defense. Like, that seems great. And I can put her at the same speed with basically the same gear, slightly less crit rate, but more attack. So, pretty similar stats to Muranics. Let's throw her in here and test this out. Okay, wow, this is seeming like really good numbers. So we're stable in here. I wanted to make sure that, I didn't mess up anything switching champions in here. But Siren, I'm just going to call her Siren. Her name is dumb. I don't like it. Siren, look at this. She's stacking poisons like mad. I'm wondering if we even need the toxic set on Eris in here, because she's getting so many attacks and counterattacks that we're just stacking up the poisons. I am not seeing the debuff bar be completely full, but another huge benefit of her in this team, there the debuff bar is full, but then it's back down again. Another benefit of her in this team is that she places Weaken, and that was a debuff that was missing previously in this team. That's one reason why Geomancer is so good in this spot. But look, she's putting up great numbers here, and we are, I think, trending a lot higher damage than what we were before. So I think I would maybe even try no toxic set. I'm not sure. Let me know what you think in the comments about whether we need a toxic set on this or not. But geez, I might just have to go back and edit a clip in here saying, Muranics, here we go, shorten this up, let's get to the point. Or maybe I'll put this first and then put the Muranics part second. That's probably what I'll do. I'll just edit the order around here for this. Jeez, this is craziness. I mean, at least I think so. I'm excited to see the damage. Let's fast forward ahead to the damage screen. Okay, coming in at the halfway point here, we're at 41. So this seems like an easy one key. I'm excited to see the final numbers here on this team. I would say this Siren girl is way insanely better than freaking Muranics, but I'll leave that in at the end of the video, and we'll, I'll update you on that in a minute. Okay, wow, we are only on turn 43, and we hit the 1 key, so I would have to say this is the Force champion that you want to go with for this team. And we'll take a look at Muranics and throw that information in here as well. But wowzers, we have so much potential in this epic champion. Jeez. I think we're going to end somewhere near 80 million, which is a very, very comfortable 1 key. Obviously, if you're running Myth Fu, you have probably a higher damage potential. And if you're running, the typical damage dealers like Fane or Draco, you could probably get higher numbers than this. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you run this team or you're familiar, how you think this damage compares to other versions of this team. But for me, I'm super impressed, okay? I am super impressed. So we're at 76 million. We have a couple turns left, and everything seems to be going well. Now, I think it would be cool to do a comparison with a lot of different damage dealers here, but we'll just take a look at these two in this video. And then if you guys like this and you want more content on the Myth Heir team, which is a very common team in this game, you guys just let me know in the comments if you want to see more damage dealers, more options, and let me know if you need help building your teams as well. I do takeovers for these all the time, and that's the reason why this came up. When I was doing a takeover, I was trying to recommend some Force damage dealers. They didn't really have any on their account, but I wanted to recommend someone for, to look for and when they're pulling shards. And this Siren chick, she is sweet. Muranics will do. I'm sure there's a bunch of other champions that will work in this spot as Force champions. Geomancer is the main other one. I think Rosin can be okay as well. What do you guys think? Who is going to be the best Force damage dealer for this team? I would love to hear from you on that. And we're about to hit the final turn here. Over 82 million. Let's go. Okay, so Siren did 32 million. Eris 19. Seeker 17. Deacon did 8.6 and Demitha 4.7. So now we'll go ahead and follow up with Muranics. I'll put that footage in here as well. But before we get to that, I would love to show you the builds on those champions. Okay, so Demitha, I used the new Righteous set in here to hit those speeds, so I didn't have to use glyphs. And then she's at 283. Seeker is in lethal and offense, and then he's at 181. Siren, here's her gear, crit damage, accuracy, and perception, and she's at 256. Deacon is in instinct and accuracy, and he's at 195. And then we have the toxic and speed Eris, and she's at 266, which is important because I thought that it was a different speed at first. So, really impressed. And now we'll jump into a little bit of footage of Muranics at similar stats to her, just so you can see that information. I'll cut that down quite a bit in editing so that you can just get the most important information on Muranics and her damage. And then we'll wrap it up. So thank you for watching. I'm MtgJedi. Here's the rest of that footage, and then we will have our little ending in there for you and some other videos popping on screen. You know how we do. If you appreciated this video and you think I earned that like, hit that like button, and if you're new, hit subscribe as well for more great daily Raid Shadow Legends content. Let me know what you guys are into. We'll make some more videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay? Why her? Okay? You want somebody who does decrease defense, at minimum, okay? And you also want another debuff, typically poison or HP burn. However, she does Hex, okay? I think that Hex could be another way to get better damage in your clan boss team. Now we have a gear set for that as well, okay? And so Muranics, she is going to place extra hits if they're under Hex. And then also she places the Hex, obviously. And then over here, she is going to do nothing, but she is going to just do a lot of damage on this A3, basically, okay? And then she's going to reset the cooldown whenever this kills a champion. That's not going to matter here, but her attack is going to go up by 5% against the clan boss, so she's going to get a little boost there, okay? We definitely want to prioritize this. I'm up in the air on whether we want to allow her to do this. I think we probably just want her to do more A1s because then she's going to get extra hits. So for right now, I'm going to disable this just because I want to get 1,000,000 hits on the A1, and we're going to see how that goes, okay? All right, welcome back. I think we're good to go now. All the masteries are set. All of the speeds are better. Another issue was I just misread the guide that I made on my website. I had Eris at 261, but she was supposed to be at 266. So I'm guessing that's the Myth Foo speed, or not sure why I had that in my mind. But now it looks like we're good to go. You can see we put up the block damage right before the clan boss takes a turn, and that should happen every single turn for the whole fight up until turn 50, okay? We got Eris getting multiple procs on the Toxic set now, and we have her cleansing at the right time as well, so that we don't take any stun, we don't get any debuffs. She's doing everything that she needs to do. She's going to counterattack and then cleanse, and then Deacon's going to get his normal turns. Okay, so those speeds are really particular in this team. Make sure you double check everything, right? I messed up because I didn't change those masteries beforehand, right? That could easily happen to you. I also do have a full video on everything that can cause your clan boss team to fail. It's one of the most linked videos that I send out to people. I literally just sent it out to somebody in my Discord while I was working on this video. So I'm excited to see the damage potential of Muranics. If we do not one key, I would consider this a failure based on the gear level on these champions. And I think just putting in like a normal DPS that we would see like Fane or Draco or something like that, like one of the top tier damage dealers, would easily one key in this team. So our goal is to one key with this team and use Muranics to do that. So we're going to see what potential she has. At the moment, it's not looking like she's doing a crazy amount of damage. Like 150k there on the A1 with the extra hit. I thought she got 2x. Like, I thought she was going to get 4 attacks. So I don't know if any of you have 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And then there's only 34,000 there. Maybe she's not at 100% crit rate, but I thought she was. And she's getting 56k per hit, which is 150,000 on her A1, which is not bad. We should ramp up damage a bit, but at the moment, this is looking like a 2 key on Ultra Nightmare, which is still fine. But if she's only going to 2 key, then we might have to try somebody else in this team in her spot as well for our Myth Airforce, because we want a Force champion in here so that we can just run it on any affinity. And so I might have to look into some other champions, but we'll see here. Let's hope that the damage ramps up. We would love to be at about 2 million damage per turn, ideally, so that, or at least over 1 million damage per turn, because there are 50 turns, right? So anyway, the damage is ramping up here. You can see everything's in sync and happening as it should. So let me know what you think of Muranics in this team. I'm going to skip ahead to the damage screen, and then we will talk about it. I'll show you the builds, and we'll wrap up the video here. 68 million. Okay, let's see the damage breakdown here. I mean, Muranics still did the majority of the work with 25 million damage. And then Eris there coming in with 17 million thanks to the Toxic set. Seeker, 14 million. He's a good damage dealer. Deacon did 7. And of course, Demitha is the weakest link. So, pretty good run, pretty good showing for Muranics, actually.